To manifest your destiny, to make sure that you are chasing your dreams is a very, very important thing, especially when you ask for them to be granted. When I sat in my car one night and was so upset that my dreams seemed to get farther and farther away, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to really react to it, except for out of spite and out of anger. So I yelled out into the universe asking for opportunities. My biggest dream in wrestling is to wrestle for New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's not a secret. I have attended 2 dojo tryouts prior to me going to this moment in my life, but I wanted so much more than what they were giving me. With no answers, no clear direction of what could be next for me, I sat in my car and I said that if I got another opportunity I wouldn't miss, I would show everyone exactly why I deserve to be here. And for nothing, that opportunity came to me. That opportunity came in the form of a single day tryout that I had to go to, that I had to be a part of. No ifs, no ands, or buts. I had to show them this is what the universe was telling me to do. So, in my path to going back to California to try out for my dream, I trained every day for a month straight. 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, 500 squats. Rest only when I needed to, mentally preparing myself up until the day of flight. That day will be September 30th, 2019. So when I got to the airport, I was late. Kiosks were down. It was a mess. It was everything that I thought could happen, that would happen, and it did. I get to TSA, my boarding pass isn't loading. I had to jump out of line. I had to go back to the front of the line at the airport to see if I can get my ticket, my boarding pass, to no avail. The girl gave me so much attitude saying, "You cannot pass through. They've already closed the door." So in that moment, I'd almost freak out. I almost lose it because I'm like, this is everything I worked for. I don't want to hear that. So I get back in line. I try my hand again, and it's the same thing. So I had to buy another flight. If the dojo training session started at 6, I didn't get off my flight till about 5 o'clock. Which means if you've ever been to California and dealt with LA traffic, you know around 3 it gets real bad. So I call my Lyft, my Uber, what have you, and they automatically just roll on by. Great. So with that, I call another one. They were there in about 20 minutes. So I'm really running low on time. I let this guy know, hey man, I need to get to Carson, California immediately. He said he'll do his best. As he's riding through the highway, he realizes that I won't make it there on the route that he's taking, so he dodges through some different neighborhoods, and I begin to think, if I'm going to go to this, I have to do it in a manner where I can be ready when I get there. So I instantly start changing this guy's car. Sorry about that, man. With that being said, I have my Bryan Danielson moment, and I jump out of the vehicle to the LA Dojo in Carson, California, right on time as they're stretching. I stretch, I make sure I'm in peak condition, I'm ready, but then I realized that the adrenaline was getting to me. My body was overwhelmed. It was a moment that I thought, this cannot be happening. I had one more opportunity. I had one more shot. I had to have a good match, because if I didn't, who knows what's going to happen. The exercises, someone comes up to me that is fairly known in the LA Dojo. He said, "You should have came prepared, homeboy." That lit a fire into me. I'd never felt anything like that in my life. I wanted to prove him exactly wrong. I wanted to prove him that he was in jeopardy, not me. So I busted it out and got ready for my match. I wanted to go out there and have one of the best matches I could ever have in the New Japan LA Dojo system and make sure that these people knew who I was by the end of it. It was a good match. It was fine. I don't know if it was everything they were looking for, but I got a standing ovation, which was one of the only standing ovations that happened during that time. So after the dojo, after the matches are all said and done, I see Rocky Romero, who is a really known figure in New Japan. And we're talking for a bit. And I ask him straight up, like, "Hey, Rocky, what do I have to do to make sure this is it for me? Like, I can get here. Like, what do I have to do?" Rocky, he compliments me. He says I'm a good wrestler, that I put on some size, bigger shape than I was when I came in there originally. And he said, honestly, man, I couldn't tell you. I don't know what's going on with you back where you're from. I don't know why anybody won't take a chance on you. When Rocky said that, I instantly knew that my dreams weren't going to come true. He said that maybe the dojo isn't the specific route for you. Maybe it's another route. Maybe it's another thing. And I had to sit there and I had to think about that as it echoed through my head. Leaving Carson, California was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do in my life. I had to go back to a flight that I had to catch at midnight to realize that my dream didn't want me. My dream didn't want to fight for me. So I had to think of what else could I do? What could be next for me? As you're watching this, you might think that this is a hopeless video, but it's honestly a part of my life that I constantly think about to this day. The what if scenario. The what could happen if I actually got a chance. I'll never know what it's like to be a young lion to work for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe, maybe not. But the journey is more important than the destination, I learned. But sometimes those dreams are a little bit more sweeter.